Okay, and how does a Nightwish song come about these days? You write it and then you bring it to the band, or have you finished it already? How?
I pretty much try to make the song as perfect as possible at home, so that this is the best that I can do myself for this song. So let's see what the other guys have to say about this. And sometimes the song can change really radically.
Do you have an example of on the album?
Nemo.
Nemo, okay.
Yeah, that was something pretty much different from what I had in mind.
And what did you have in mind, and what changed?
Well, the song was about 2 minutes longer than it's now. There was a double bass drum thing on the middle. There was like this, his vocals, like rapish style vocals in the middle as well. So it was just too long, too complicated, too weird. So these guys came up with the idea that we have to shorten this up, leave out the double bass drum and put it more firmly together, the whole song, and it ended up being really well. But there are also some songs that really haven't changed at all, like from what I had in mind originally.
Okay, so it's still, it works both ways.
Yeah, definitely.
Why is the album been called Once?
Because we probably can't do it twice.
That's the best answer I ever heard.
And what is the answer you always give them, normally?
I never give an answer because about my lyrics and song titles and album covers and all that, I don't want to go too deep into them because
Why not?
Because it takes the mystery out of the whole thing. That's one of the beautiful things about music, because you can interpret things in so many ways. So if I would say what I thought was behind this song or behind this album title or whatever, then everybody would think the same way. That's not the idea.
But do you talk about the songs within the band? Talk about the lyrics or not?
Well,
Not
we
that
do
much
have
actually.
some conversations about some things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What things? Because you're smiling now, or?
Well, like for instance, when we were rehearsing and doing demo stuff and all that, and he was coming up with some stuff, and this is a line that I personally really like. Yeah, that is very good one. Blah blah blah, things like that. But I guess we don't get into the deeper meanings that much.
No, it's
well, I do read through them, so I kind of have a chance to figure out what he means.
yeah, it's never like that. Okay, I have a new song, and this song is about that and that and that and that, and the chorus is about that. So let's try to put the song into that feeling. It's never like that.
Could be, because maybe you have to tell, well, maybe they come up with a bass line that you're saying, well, it doesn't fit the feeling of the song, but I think you've grown now to each other, then it's...
I think we understand already pretty well.
And
yeah, and I do know about the lyric thing, is that I do have to, of course, understand what is going on if there's a part that I have to sing. Because I gotta be able to relate to the thing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And do you always start with the music or lyrics, or?
The first thing is always the story behind the song. That's the basic rule. I have to know what the song is about.
Even before you?
Yeah, of course. How can you start making a song if you don't know what the song is about?
No, maybe you can play an instrument and then get a feeling out of it, and then go deeper into the line you've created on your instrument, or?
Yeah, I get it, but it's just not the way for me.
Okay.
I could say that for almost every single song that I've done, that I first have the idea, okay, I want to make a song about this feeling, this story, this idea, and then start painting that story with the music. And after the song is finished, it's usually then that I write the final lyrics. That's the way it normally goes. A couple of times it has happened that I'm just jamming with the keyboard and this sounds good, okay. So this could go into that story, this could go into that idea. But usually the story is always the first.
Okay, and for you?
For me, I guess as a song and a lyric writer, for me there's no clear recipe how it happens. Sometimes I have a story first, sometimes I have a music first, and try to come up with something that would fit the song in which way ever. And also sometimes something comes just right out of the blue, you write it down and it's there, or you get a riff just like that, and sometimes you work on them for 6 months and still not get it right. So basically I've just tried to keep my mind open so that whenever you get some idea, just try to put it down somehow so to be able to use it later on.
Okay, and then where will a Nightwish go? Do you think music-wise? Have you already spoke about it, thought about it, have a feeling about it? Where it will go music-wise?
Yeah, I have some feelings. I don't think that the style is gonna change too much on the if we're talking about the next album from what it is at once. There definitely will be some new elements, some new...
Probably psychobilly element will be more more at the front.
Okay.
Yeah, I just like to experiment with things. I don't want to do the same album twice, but I already know now that it's not gonna be... There's not gonna be any radical changes.
Well, do you have, let's say, one specific thing that's gonna be new? Because you were saying, well, I'm thinking about new things. Maybe you can
I think it's,
share one.
I think it's very much too early to talk
Okay.
about that thing yet.
Let me see. How long do we have?
In 7 minutes
7 minutes.
more
On.
left on the tape.
Okay. Then thank you.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Everyone.
Okay.